If she wants to become a star, she can definitely ask me. Zheng was thrilled, as becoming a star was her lifelong dream. But just as she savored career progress, suddenly a tear gas canister flew from nowhere, and a large crowd charged towards them. Realizing they'd wandered into a protest, they desperately fled. Unfortunately, Zheng wanted to explain that they were just passing through, but the police had already blocked off the entire street, resulting in him getting knocked out cold. Zheng ended up in the hospital with a cracked head, truly a laughable situation. During his hospital stay, Zheng stood by him like a guardian knight, which made their relationship even sweeter. Not long after, they both stepped into the hall of marriage and welcomed a little treasure. After 8 years of hard work, they managed to upgrade from broke to deep in debt. After many failed attempts at exams, Zheng barely passed law school after 8 years. What a bitter journey. Now he's a lawyer, yet he only handles trivial little cases daily, with a monthly salary that barely supports the three of them. Zheng chose not to be a star but to take care of the family like a superwoman, also working part-time as a fitness coach to supplement their income. What a lively scene. Their married life was financially strained, often borrowing from her father-in-law for rent. Friends, aware of Zheng singing and dancing talent, always urged her to join talent shows. However, Zheng hesitated again and again, feeling that since she was married, she should stay home and be a good wife and mother, and ended up living a tight life. But one day, a casual remark from her daughter suddenly changed her mind. Subtitles: Zheng surprisingly made the decision to abandon her dreams and become a full-time homemaker. Yet in the end, even her own daughter despised her. What an enormous setback. This hit her hard, so she found her best friend and formed a singing and dancing duo. They decided to sign up for next month's talent competition, trained hard, and finally got their stamina back, able to perform an entire song before the competition began. However, on the competition stage, despite both performing wonderfully, they were ruthlessly eliminated due to age restrictions. What a pity. Zheng was extremely down, and even her favorite barbecue held no appeal at home. Yet, just as she felt hopeless, believing she'd be a housewife forever, the appearance of a man made her life take a turn again. He was the one who had invited Zheng years ago at a nightclub, and his company just happened to have a girl group. She had a girl group set to debut, but a member's unexpected pregnancy shelved the plans. Then she saw Zheng audition video and recognized her. She had favored Zheng for over a decade, and now her girl group desperately needed a replacement, so she immediately wanted to invite Zheng to join. Faced with such an opportunity to fulfill her dream, Zheng certainly wouldn't foolishly let it slip by. Even though joining the girl group was more challenging, she chose to give. After some time of hard work, she finally caught up with the other members. However, just when the girl group was about to announce the debut, unexpected news nearly knocked her husband, who was regarded as a loser at home, had silently become a candidate for mayor. It was truly unbelievable. Subtitle: A few days ago, a drunk fell onto the tracks. Crowds watched, but no one helped as the train neared. Zheng was suddenly pushed down. Seeing the train drawing closer, she frantically pulled the drunkard aside. Although she saved him, she was left in a cold sweat. After a night's excitement, next morning a crowd of reporters blocked her door to interview the brave hero and neighborhood star. The media even dug up her past charitable works, quickly sending Zheng's name trending, making her a well-known figure everyone recognized. Not only were TV stations inviting her to record shows, but even soccer games wanted her to participate in the opening ceremony, making her as happy as a kid at a festival. At that moment, a classmate of Zheng, a member of Congress, approached her wanting to recommend her to represent the party in the mayoral race. A whole set of tricks. Their party was gearing up for the mayoral election, but several members had certain blemishes, making it hard to find a suitable candidate. Just when they were about to have a meltdown, she suddenly thought of Zheng, and a bold idea popped into her mind. She wanted to recommend Zheng to represent the party in the election for mayor. At first Zheng thought she was joking. Although she was hot property now. Which voter would elect a loser who couldn't even pay rent not long ago? After her classmates' encouragement, Zheng, in a moment of passion, decided to go for it. However, when she learned her husband became a mayor candidate, her face twisted in worry. On one hand, she worried her career might impact her husband's bed, while on the other, she didn't want to give up the breakthrough she had fought hard for. What a dilemma. As her classmate officially declared her a candidate before the media, she immediately became a hot topic, with everyone doubting her potential. To make Zheng appear more competitive, her classmate got her a new hairstyle and bought her some high-end suits, turning her into a polished upper-class figure. While changing appearances is easy, the inner transformation doesn't happen overnight, not to mention, Just her dialect-heavy Korean was enough to give anyone a headache. Hello, I'm Zheng here, but I wouldn't dare to say, you people. Hello, I'm the famous candidate for mayor. I'm really getting annoyed. I really want to go home now. Really, I'm not the special mayor. I am the super special mayor. One at a time. Special, especially city, what a real tongue twister. Fast forward to the first debate. Compared to the other two articulate candidates, Zheng Ming looked rather nervous and awkward. Faced with the provocation and tricks of her opponents, she stammered, and the audience couldn't help but laugh. Even her father-in-law watching at home looked disgusted. After the debate, her approval rating was so dismal it was pitiful, and the confidence she had built was shattered completely. She returned home dejected, only to find her wife in an incredibly flashy outfit, dancing joyfully in their room. Zheng Ming just opened her mouth to explain when her wife thought she was cheering her on, instantly excited and wanting her to do another performance. Seeing her wife cheer her on like this reignited her fighting spirit, and the second round of voting took place as scheduled the next day. This time they discussed how to address the issue of declining birth rates. The other candidates offered quick fix subsidy answers, while Zheng Ming had very different views. As a grassroots worker, she understood the real issues. Solely relying on birth subsidies wouldn't solve the problems of childcare and education costs. It was the cheapest baby formula on the market costs up to 12,000 yuan. What to do about that? So how is the government addressing this?